And now it's Friday, it's 1:30. You know what's going on in the world of sports between noon and 2. Just for a couple of minutes, guys, so you're well-rounded this weekend. It's Goody at the Movies. Bill Goody Kuntz, AZ Central, and Gannett Chief Film Critic joining us via Skype. You can actually watch this segment over on pros2preps.com, PROS, the number 2 preps.com. Here is Goody. Do you get tired of people asking you about movies now this time of year?
I don't necessarily get tired of people asking me about them. I think that people probably get tired of listening to me talk about them.
Get out of here. What are you, nuts?
No, I'm serious. You know, I don't know what happened here, but obviously, you know, the Academy Awards nominations came out yesterday. So, you know, we're all busy since 5:30 in the morning going after that. But this cottage industry has grown up around the Academy Awards, where there are reporters who cover nothing but the Oscars and what chances movies have. You start going to movies in November and December when the studios backload their good movies, and nobody talks. This whole segment of the media doesn't talk about it, whether the movie's any good or whether the acting is any good. They talk about what its Oscar chances are, and it drives me nuts. I used to kind of like it. Now I'm sick of it.
You're sick of it, huh? Well, then I won't ask you, because I want to go see one of the Best Picture movies tonight that I haven't seen, but I don't feel like talking to you about it. No. No, I'm just kidding. So I have seen, let's see, I've seen Argo, I've seen Lincoln, I've seen Zero Dark 30, I've not seen Django, I've not seen Beast of the Southern Wild, I've not seen Life of Pi, let's see, I've not seen Silver Linings Playbook, and I think that's the one I want to go see. Is that the one I need to go see if I'm going to take a date?
Yeah, absolutely. And okay. I think it's one that you would probably enjoy the most. Like, there's one that actually opens this Friday in Phoenix, Amour, which is a Michael Haneke film that is really great. It's brilliant. I mean, it's a tiny movie that got all these Oscar nominations, and it also, at the end of it, you'll want to hit yourself in the head with a shovel or something just to make yourself feel. It's really depressing.
Oh. You know? But it's nominated for Best Picture. So you've seen all of these nominated for Best Pictures. You're telling me, you're telling me that if I go see Silver Linings Playbook over Life of Pi, I'm in good shape.
Absolutely. I don't think, but Life of Pi is an okay movie, but I don't think it belongs on the list.
Yeah.
It was good. The effects in Life of Pi are incredible. It's like stuff that's never been done, and that's true. That's real. It's sort of like Avatar or something in that regard. That it's really amazing. But I think Moonrise Kingdom ought to be on that list, but unfortunately, it's not.
Okay, so Best Picture, is Lincoln the slam dunk runaway with Steven Spielberg and Kathleen Kennedy?
With no question about it. And that scene that just showed, a lot of people think the movie should have ended there with him walking down the stairs, going to Ford's Theater. I think, you know, Lincoln got 12 nominations. It got all the big ones. You never know. Some people are comparing it to when Saving Private Ryan seemed like it was going to win everything, and Shakespeare in Love pulled a bunch of upsets. And they think maybe Silver Linings Playbook can do that. I've read that maybe in the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal or somewhere. But I don't know. I feel like Lincoln is the thing about Lincoln is, not only is it big and important and serious and Steven Spielberg and all that sort of thing, it's also made a lot more money than anybody thought it would.
Bill Goody Kuntz with us, Goody at the Movies. Of course, you can find Bill, azcentral.com, and of course, Gannett, Chief Film Critic. Best Actor in a Leading Role. So my wife wants to go see Les Mis. I cannot imagine, you talk about taking a shovel to your head, but she wants to see Hugh Jackman, who was nominated for Best Actor. Was this deserved, Hugh Jackman?
I don't know. I mean, he sings and he does all, you know, and
he doesn't sing well, though, you were telling me.
Well, it's Russell Crowe who doesn't sing well.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
no,
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Sing. Les Mis it's one of those things where it's really overdone, over the top, but it's a musical. I mean, it's sort of supposed to be. The one person, Anne Hathaway, is very deserving, and I think she's probably going to win the Oscar. I think she's a good bet to win for Best Supporting Actress, and I think Daniel Day-Lewis is just a mortal lock to win for Best Actor in Lincoln.
Yeah, well, she's terrific. I mean, she's a very easy person to watch on screen. I think it's
well, the nice thing about her is she's the only person in the entire movie that has any sense of restraint. She actually seems to be acting in a movie and not, you know, staging a lavishly produced supper club production or something.
Yeah. Natalie was trying to convince me to go see it, and I guess I'm just not artsy enough for her, because she was kind of pounding on me. She's like, "Oh, you would really like to go see Les?" No, I would not. I would hold it against you for the rest of my life. So I'm one of those guys with kids, as you are, and just kind of a random deal here. So yesterday when the Oscar nominees came out, the animated feature film, right? I saw Frankenweenie. It was really dark. It's Tim Burton. No surprise. The Pirates Band of Misfits, Wreck-It Ralph, which I thought was pretty cool, Paranorman, and Brave. Who wins animated feature film?
It's always hard to bet against Pixar, so Brave has a good chance, and it's their first female protagonist, really. But of the five, I liked Wreck-It Ralph by far.
Yeah.
Better than those. I loved Wreck-It Ralph.
What's the ones, Bill, that you looked at yesterday and you're scratching your head saying, why did this person or why did this movie get short-shifted?
Moonrise Kingdom. I mean, that's the one for me, the Wes Anderson movie. Bill Murray's in it. He was really good. Bruce Willis was really good in it. Frances McDormand, a couple of kids who hadn't really acted before. And I think it really did a good job, maybe better than any other movie this year, of kind of creating this little world and putting these people in it that you actually cared about and you wanted to find out what happened to them. And so it only got one nomination. It got a nomination for Best Original Screenplay. That was a head scratcher for me. I don't know what happened there. I also thought it was odd that Catherine Bigelow did not get a directing nomination for Zero Dark 30.
Yeah. Is there something to see this weekend for people, or is this one of those weekends where go see one of the Oscar movies? If you've not seen one of the Oscar movies, go see one of them.
You can go see Gangster Squad, but it's not very good. It's got a great cast: Sean Penn, Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling. And, it looks nice. They're all dressed in 40s LA clothes. But, and I love Sean Penn. He's a great actor. But, man, is he, like, over the top in this. He plays Mickey Cohen, a gangster who was also a boxer. And, a real-life guy who was very interesting in real life. But, man, he is so over the top. I thought wasn't sure if it was a comedy or something.
Have you ever talked to him? You ever done something with him?
I've never talked to Sean Penn. I've talked to just about everybody. I've never been able to get a hold of him.
Yeah. He's... unless there's a cause or he's being an activist for something, my understanding is he's very hard to track down.
I don't think he has any great love for the media.
Yeah.
But some of those guys, you never can tell. You get them. Christian Bale, everybody talked about because he had those like on-set meltdowns and stuff that people saw on YouTube. I was going to talk to him, and people were like, "Oh, he's wonder what that's going to be like." And he turned out to be just like this crazily nice guy with his great accent and everything. And hey, mate, I said, hello.
And this isn't to name drop or one up, but when The Fighter came out, I was able to get access to him in person over one of those deals in Hollywood, and we did about, I don't know, one of those 5-minute deals, 6-minute deals on camera. He was terrific. He was so laid back and was very cool, and Mark Wahlberg actually was a little bit more standoffish than Christian Bale. I found Christian Bale to be all right.
I think Bale kind of realized what was going on, that people maybe were afraid of him. And Wahlberg's, I've interviewed Wahlberg. He's okay, but he's just kind of boring. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, but he just doesn't have, he's just kind of like, oh, well, yeah, this, that, and the other. I like him when they get in there and they, I mean, as you know from, and this used to come up a lot in sports. I used to talk to Charles Barkley a lot, when I worked in sports, and because everybody did. And people would say, oh, do you know Charles Barkley? And it's like, no, I don't. He sits there and he does his job, and I sit here and I do my job. And we're not friends. And, and the mistake that a lot of people make and a lot of reporters make is when you think you are their friend, because you're not.
Yeah.
So it works the same way with movie stars.
Is there anybody you're rooting for? Have you gotten to know these people enough to where you're never going to write, I mean, you may write it, I shouldn't say that about you, but that you're actually going to be rooting for? And I really hope this person, it comes through for them.
Well, I rooted for Moonrise Kingdom. You see what good that did. I think, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her name because I would mess it up, but the little girl in Beasts of the Southern Wild, the youngest nominee ever at 9 for Best Actress, and she was actually only 6 when they made the movie. She's just so good and so natural, and I would love to see, every Oscar speech, people get up there and ramble on about this, that, and the other, and I would love to see just a speech from her where she won. I mean, wouldn't you love to see like this 9-year-old girl? And she's good. Although I thought in that movie, the guy who played her dad was actually even better, and neither of them had ever acted before. This was their first movie.
Well, the Oscars show, you're there watching. Well, I shouldn't say you're not going to be there at the Oscars, are you?
I hope not. I would rather stay here because, well, I mean, if you go to those things, you go to the Emmys or the Oscars, you have to wear a tuxedo, but they don't actually let you in the building.
Yeah.
You're in this media tent next door, but you have to wear a tuxedo because they bring the winners through, and sometimes the presenters, and you ask them questions, and they want you looking nice, in the background for the pictures or video or whatever. But it's hard to keep up with what's going on in the show when you're there, which sounds ironic, but because you are literally next door in a tent, and it's really loud and people are talking and stuff, so it's kind of hard to keep up with what's going on. It's a lot easier to cover if you've got a TiVo.
No, it's kind of like a Super Bowl or something. I get it. I mean, I've done enough of those. I know exactly what you're saying. Stay well. Appreciate the time as always. Thanks.
You too. Talk to you later.
Bill Goody Coons.